I sometimes wonder if Russell Blessing knew, after he invented the woolly bugger in 1967, if it was going to go on to be one of the most iconic flies in fly fishing. Well, it has, and it's caught so many fish worldwide. So let's grab some materials and get to tying. Now we can get that streamer hook securely in our Wolf, Indiana Atlas vise here. Then we're just going to get a few wraps of some lead wire here. So there I did 20 wraps. Typically I would use lead-free wire, but mine ran out on me, so I had to use what I had. Now that we got that, we're going to just use some Veevus power thread. This is 140 denier, and this is super strong. Just to secure this wire, I just take some loose wraps through, and then on top. Now you can pretty well wrap through that wire, no problem. So we're going to go all the way back to the bend of the hook where we're going to tie in our tail. Okay, now we need to pick out a marabou feather for our tail. And when you get the pack of this marabou, you just have a ton of this stuff all over the place. I'm trying to find a feather somewhat like this. It's a nice bushy feather, but it has this center stem here. So I just kind of bring those feathers, those barbules back, and you can see all this tip here, and I'll come in, I'll just rip that tip right out of there. Now that we've got that marabou feather all selected, I typically like a little bit longer tail, but your standard tail would be about a hook shank in length. I typically like maybe a hook and a half. I'm just going to wrap forward and then come in here and trim that marabou off at an angle. That just kind of helps keep a clean fly. I do like a little bit of crystal flash in the tail. So for that crystal flash, I like to get about 3 strands. Just get them under the thread, about even there. And I just pull half of them to this side of the tail, then pull the other side to that side. For trimming that crystal flash, I just grab the tail until I'm all the way through the tail, and then trim that crystal flash just a little bit longer than my tail. Now that we got our tail in, let's go ahead and get our wire rib. This is going to be some Brassie sized red wire. Just put the one end of that wire. Put the one end of that wire right in the cone head. Alright, this Midnight Fire Chenille, I found it both at Orvis, and then here Hairline has the exact same thing. But this is the chenille that makes this woolly bugger really pop. Now that we got that chenille all picked out, we just strip some of those core fibers free so that we can get a nice thin tie in here. All the way back to the start. All the way back to the start of our tail. Here's where you can throw a quick half hitch in. And this, throwing that half hitch in there, that'll let us use the rotary feature, this Atlas vise, to get our chenille all wrapped forward. Then we can trim that excess off. Now that we got that hackle fiber picked out, we can get that tied in here right behind this cone. Come in here and trim that stem off close. And then just get that stem tied in there nice and tight. Now we can take this hackle, get one nice full turn right around the beginning of the fly, and then just open palmering all the way to the back. Once you get back to the back of the fly, you can grab that wire and just start wrapping that wire through those palmered hackle. Once you get that wire secured nicely, just helicopter it out. And you're ready to come in here. And with this thick thread, you're really better off with a few 2 or 3 turn whip finishes. It's really thick thread. Now I can come in here, trim that thread out. Don't forget the tip of that hackle. Trim that off nice and close. And there you have one of the most productive woolly buggers there is with that midnight fire chenille. Thanks for watching.